Okay, excellent. Now I'm going to share my screen and let's move some of this stuff over. There we go. Okay, I'm going to close this down too, so it's not so big. So, someone with a thumbs up, let me know if you can see my screen. Awesome. Okay, very good. Let me close that down so we have more screen time. All righty. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to go to the home page and I'm going to go to products. And I'm just going to give you a visual of the products that CoreFact offers. As all of you know, New World and CoreFact have a partnership, and that's what brings you these great tools. Marie and Leslie are great. They're like all things CoreFact, but sometimes this is nice to have this presentation and let you know what's here and go through some of it and answer questions. So we'll get rolling. So again, this is just going to be a brief visual with a little bit of a description of the different products that we have. We're basically a one-stop shop for any need you could ever have within your real estate and lending career. Social Share is our social media platform. We have over 3,700 graphics to post. The graphics and captions are all editable. It's autofill. It's a really great social media platform program. It's subscription based, and we'll jump to that a little later on, and I'll give you a demonstration of that. Elite is our automated farming program. That's where we do a semi-custom marketing campaign built around you, the agent. We email out on your behalf your postcards every month. It's a 12-month commitment. There's some perks that you get, and there's a one-time fee for it. And I'll go a little deeper into Elite as we get into it. Just listed, just sold postcards. Of course, this is what we're doing to get you here for those listings and solds. Everything is autofill. So once you go into your account and you put in your headshot and your logo and all of your information, that will autofill onto all the products. So right now I'm in our fake realtor Jessica Sellers account. So you're going to see her name and her picture everywhere. But once you complete your information, then your info will be autofilled onto the product, as well as we also autofill your MLS listing data. As long as your broker and or MLS syndicates through List Hub, then we will be able to access and pull in your listings, your photos, the text, and then we can autofill that on product as well. The home estimate, that is our flagship. This is what we are known for. This is that QR code on the direct mail piece that takes the homeowner to their free home estimate. I'm going to do a deep dive into that here real soon. EDDM, I know you do a lot of that in your states. That's great. We have a platform where you can go in to our EDDM and never have to leave the site. You don't have to go to USPS. Very easy. I will show you that as well. Three of some of the fun and exciting postcards. My favorite is Market Update. There's so much bang for your buck in this postcard. I'll demonstrate on one of those. Of course, Hot Market as well. The bright side is going to be those fun, bright, animal, whimsical. We have pop-up cards. So these are cards that you would direct mail to your clients, and they've got a pop-up seasonal cards and also note cards, so you can send some handwritten note cards. Quarterly newsletter. So every quarter we come out with a newsletter. You can use it as is, or you can use it as a template holder, and you can customize and edit and put in some of your own information, your own market updates. This can be emailed out directly, and you can also order a digital download and then email that out. So if you have a nice center of influence with email addresses, this is a great way to email out to them. Any and all business essentials you could need, from signs to yard signs to folders to pads. We have it. Property flyer signboards. I love these. These replace the brochure boxes that hang on your A-frames. They're 19 bucks. I think they're groovy. When anyone drives by or walks by, they're going to scan that QR code and it's going to take them to wherever you want that client to go. It can go to your website. It could go to a virtual property listing. It could go to more pictures of the property. They're great. I love them. And sellers love them. They look very classy. Property brochures and property flyers, they're beautiful. Within property brochures is also an agent brochure. So if you have not updated your agent brochure recently, there is a great template in here for that. Door hangers, so if you're doing a pop by, a follow-up, or you're walking a farm, door hangers are great. Of course, we have A-frames, closing props, welcome signs for your listings and open houses, business cards, and virtual property websites should you ever need that. We host those as well. So as you can see, everything here that you could ever need and imagine and want, it is here, right here at your fingertips. If you haven't already, the very first thing I want you to do once Maria and Leslie have created your account and give you your login, your username and your password, the first thing you're going to do is come to account and you're going to fill out your personal information. This is where you're going to upload your headshot, your logo. If you have social media links, link them up. Your own website or your company website, be sure and fill out all of this information as much as you can and hit save. This is what we're going to autofill onto all the product. When you scroll down, this is the second profile area. So if you're doing co-branding with Maria or Leslie, you can put their information in here, their headshot, their logo. You just fill it out one time, save that. And so now when you toggle through between individual and team co-branding, it's already there and you're not going to have to do it every time. So that's most important. Go into the account, fill out your personal information. Once you've done that, you're ready to go shopping and all of the product is in the store. So I showed you a little visual and a snippet. Everything else here is in tab format. So you'll see everything that I talked about broken down into smaller sections. I'm going to go into the postcard first because I want to show you the QR code and the home estimate. And from there, we'll pop over the EDDM. So once you come into the store, we're going to right now go into postcards. One thing I want to let you know first is you can upload your own design. So if there's something here that you don't want to use or you have your own personal design, no problem. We can upload your own design for postcards, flyers, brochures, business cards, stationery, newsletter, and signs. So just know that that's available. We also have a custom design team. So if you need a little help with designing something, we have a custom design team that will help you with that as well. So I'm going to go into postcards. Once I hit postcards, you will see a whole bunch of postcard campaigns. Each one of these will have a variety of postcards within each section. I want to point out a few to you. Agent announcement. This isn't just for, announcing a new agent in your area or you're just licensed. This is also announcing that, hey, I'm your neighbor and I'm also a realtor and expert in your neighborhood. You might want to introduce someone to your team. You might just as a team or as an office want to wish a happy Thanksgiving or Christmas. So a lot of good stuff here in this agent announcement. It's more than what it sounds like. We talked about the bright side. That's those light, whimsical, gets the message across, but in a lighthearted, bright, animal, funsy way. Home estimate, just the suggest sold market shift. We have just recently added, hold on, my internet's spinning. There we go. We've just recently added 8 cards into market shift, these top 8 here, and all of the original ones are in there as well. But this is going to kind of hedge off a little bit about what people are hearing in the inventory. It's like, excuse me, in the news, in the media, inventory is still low. Home prices remain steady. Relax, we get it. So these 8 postcards are well worth taking a look at them for some messaging to get out there to your clients. Market trends, if you've got a buyer where there is no inventory, these are great cards for that. So you're looking, you've got buyers ready, but you need inventory. Market update, I'll come back to because that's my absolute favorite and I'm going to demo out of that one. Mortgage series. If you're maybe farming some absentee owners, hoping to convert those renters into owners, there's a postcard here for that. There's a postcard about reverse mortgages. There's a postcard about, do you have an FHA and VA loan? Because those are assumable. Might be a great time to sell right now. And proof of production is great. You guys have had some amazing years these last couple of years with some great inventory. So why not send out a proof of production card on an area that you've been very successful in? And you'll see there is a gazillion more. I'm going to go back to the market update, and I'm going to demo the home estimate out of this postcard. Once you pick your category, so we're on market update, you'll see the different sizes and you'll see all the different templates of postcards. First thing I want to remind you is that this is just the default. So unless you choose mini, stretch, or super jumbo, it will be the default size. This is industry standard, half a sheet of like binder paper for good reference. Mini will be less expensive because it's smaller. Stretch and super jumbo is going to be more. They're an odd postage size. So just so you know that. There are two different types of market updates. The one like this, where you will actually put in some addresses and some stats as for this market update. So maybe you're doing, pending or just sold or, new on the market, whatever it is, you're gonna itemize those properties out. The other way you can do it, whoops, I lost my back arrow. The heck? There we go. The other one, which I like, is this just kind of look and see what's happening in this particular area, the bubbles. So you're not putting statistics in on individual homes, you're doing some general statistics. So I'm going to use this one for our sample. You'll see that once I chose that postcard, I can now see my listings across the top here. So again, if your brokerage or MLS syndicates your listings through List Hub, your listings will be here once your account is created. So if you want to promote a property, you'll simply scroll through, find that listing that you want to promote, you'll tap on it, the screen will refresh, and it will bring down and pull the photo and text from the MLS. If you have a property that's not yet listed, a coming soon that you want to promote, no problem. You can upload that, the pictures and the text in there. And here we go. Okay. So if you want to promote a property, you're just going to scan through, pick that property, coming soon, you'll manually upload it. Now, the next thing we're going to see on this page is pricing and shipping method. Everything is a la carte. It's based on the product, the quantity, and how we are getting it to you or to the homeowner. So this is a postcard. Let's say that you're going to order 100 postcards. And for print only, that would mean we're going to print this postcard and we're going to ship it to you. And then you're going to go deliver it. You're going to hand walk it. You're going to hand it out at a farmer's market, open house, whatever. So that is, we're creating the product and we're shipping it to you. That's going to be 55 cents per postcard for those 100 postcards. Otherwise, second option is mailing it out. So we're going to mail out 100 postcards for you on your behalf. And we're going to mail those standard mail, and that's going to be 90 cents a postcard. Literally, the difference is we're mailing it to every individual homeowner versus we're mailing the pack of those 100 to you. The next option is a digital download. I love digital downloads. I think they're fabulous. And here's a way that you can use them. If you need a product right now, you can't wait the 2 days for creation and you can't wait the 5 to 7 days for shipping. You can go in and create any product at all, and then you'll pay for that product. And then you will get an email from Corefact with that digital download of that product. It's going to be a PDF, a JPEG, and some other format that I don't know. Then you will be able to print that product at home, at work, take it to Staples, and or you can email that product out. If you are ordering any amount of product at all, you can always get a digital download for the $2.99. If you're not ordering any product, you come in, I need to create a fabulous brochure right now because I'm going on a listing appointment. You come in, you upload that photo, you make that beautiful brochure, you pay the $10, you get that digital download, you print it out and copy in color, you're ready to roll. Or again, you just want that product to email out to your center of influence. Okay, so print only ships to you, standard mail was shipped to them, digital downloads, you know how to use those groovy things. All righty, so now we're going to select the back of the design. And here is where your toggle is between individual and team. So remember when I said when you're co-branding with Maria and Leslie, you can put their information in and it will just flow over nicely and you won't have to go in and edit and do that every time. So just toggle through between those. Excuse me. Now you're able to choose the back of your postcard and you'll just get familiar, you'll find out which ones you want to use. Do you want to talk about your experience? Do you want to talk about the inventory? Do you want to talk about a property that you've just listed? Do you want to just focus on their home estimate? You'll read through, you'll see which ones that you like. For this particular property, I want to focus on this, the home estimate. So I'm going to choose that backside and actually I'm going to do this one because it's easier for you guys to scan it. You can rename it at this point. This is just the name of our postcard. So you can rename it. You can leave it that name, whatever you want. We're going to continue through. Now that you've chosen the backside, you have an order number. And an order number is really great because if you can't remember a thing I said, which I'm saying a lot, or you need help, you can't find product, your credit card's not working, you don't know how to edit, you don't know how to upload your farm, you need help, you have general questions, customer support right here, 866-777-3986. They answer the phone Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. So you guys are 3 hours ahead of us. Give them a call. If you're working on an order, give them this order number. They'll come into the backside of your account. They'll actually look at this with you and be able to walk you through and help you. If it was just a general question, doesn't matter. You don't have to have an order number. That's just if you're in an order and you need some help, that's handy to have for them. Okay, back to this. When you come into your product for the first time, your little padlock will be red. You just simply select it and that opens up all the custom and editing tools for the templates. You'll see the front of the postcard, you'll see the back of the postcard, and you'll able to edit, almost every field in here if you'd like to customize and edit. Now on this one, it's a market update, so we're gonna have to edit, right? We're gonna have to change some of these prices. So I'm gonna simply click on there. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna change that to $6.50. I'm gonna change these new listings. Whoops, someone's trying to come in. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna change the new listings to 30 days or 30 new listings. I'm gonna change homes sold to 10, and I'm gonna change this to 17 days on the market. So very easy to go in and change the template holders. If you don't like this wording, you can go in and change that as well. You can take it out, you can add whatever you want, you can cut and paste, however you want to customize that, you can. Everything is auto-filled on, so your photo, your name, your logo will all be fed on there. If you want to move it or change it, you can. Backside, same thing. You don't like any of this, what it says, you can change that. Now, we are to the QR code home estimate. This postcard is going to John Doe at 123 Main Street. So when John Doe receives this postcard, which is a local market update, it's letting him know, hey, if you want to scan this QR code, you can see your free home estimate. He's actually going to see his home. This little green house is his home on 123 Main Street in his neighborhood. This is just a fakie right here, but every single postcard that we send out direct mail, not EDDM, this is direct mail to a name and an address, we create this QR code and they're able to access their home estimate. So you can also, as a side note, add your own QR code. So for instance, if you wanted to add a QR code that took these homeowners to your website or to a YouTube video or whatever it is, you're going to simply type in the URL of your website or the YouTube video or wherever it is that you want to take them. We're going to make this a little bit smaller. We're going to put that right there and done. And then of course we need to add a text box that says watch I can spell, watch my video. And I'm going to make that way smaller and put that right there. So very easy to customize. As a side note, if you are creating a QR code, be sure after you type in the URL and you place it where you want it, that you take your cell phone and you scan it and you make sure that you typed in the right URL, because we create that exactly how you typed it in. So if you typed it in incorrectly, it's not going to go where you want it to go. Our QR codes, you never have to mess with those because they're created individually at the time that this postcard's created to each homeowner and each address. Okay, so we've done all of our customizations. We're happy. We're going to continue through, and it says, hey, how would you like your order delivered? We can mail it to your contact list. We can print it and ship it to you. And if you want that digital download for $2.99, great. Or you don't want any product, you just want that digital download for $9.99 because you need the product right now. Those are your options. Whoops. All righty. If we are mailing it to a contact list, there's a few options here. Either you already have your farm or your center of influence or your list already uploaded into your account. If you do, great. Just come on down and pick whatever that name is. Or you can input a list now. If you haven't done it yet, you can do it now. So you're going to choose the file. So it's got to be a Excel or a CSV. So wherever your file is saved, you're going to go in and grab that and you're going to upload it now. You can also create a list. So that's where you would buy addresses around a particular property that you are marketing, or you can attach a file. You have it here and you're going to throw it in and add it here. If you need any help with that, customer support will help you. If you don't know how to do it, you don't want to do it, you don't have time to do it, email it to them and they'll do it for you. They are great. Also, it's going to tell you what processing time is. And what that is that is the date that your order is going to be delivered to the post office. So anytime you place an order before 2 p.m., it will be delivered to the post office in 2 business days. So unfortunately today it's 3:26 California time. So it's after 2 p.m. So that means it's going to be the 3rd business day. So today's Monday, after 2 p.m., Tuesday, Wednesday. So that'll be delivered to the post office on Thursday, April 13th. If it was before 2 p.m., if it was 7, 8, whatever time, up till 2 p.m., this would be delivered Wednesday to the post office. Okay, so it's 2 business days. So why I want to tell you that is it goes very quickly. They make that product quickly and it gets delivered to the post office to be shipped out. So if you make an error, call customer support as soon as possible. You can also change that date into the future. So for some reason, if you didn't want this delivered to, there's someone trying to get in. If you didn't want this to go out till the end of the month, then you can change that date into the future. Okay. So that's what processing time is. From there, you're going to continue through, you're going to proof it, you're going to pay, and you're going to check out, and everything is very easy from there. I am going to go back to design. And if you guys have your cell phones, get your cell phones out and get them ready, because we are now going to look at the home estimate. So Jessica Sellers, our fake realtor, has come in. She's created this postcard. It has now been mailed out. John Doe is the first person on her farm that's received the postcard. He has scanned this QR code and is looking at his home estimate. So if you want to, you can take your cell phone and you can scan that QR code. That way you will be able to see on your phone the process that your homeowners are going to be going through when they get your postcard and scan that QR code. I'm going to take us to a bigger screen and show you that on a bigger screen. And we're going to go over where that data is tracked, where it comes in from, how you're notified, and how to follow up. Okay, so I'm going to pop over there. So if you've scanned that QR code, you see that on your phone, it says, hey, let's verify your property information. And the homeowner will look at that and he'll say, yep, that's my property. This is my info. Or if it's not, he can change it. If something's wrong there. And then they'll say, yes, that's correct. And it says, hey, the information's held private. There's no obligation. So they'll hit that. Yes, it's correct. Once they do that, their home estimate opens up. What they will see is your information up top here in the left corner, your photo, your name. Remember I said, if you have a website that you want to link, if you have any social media links that you want to link up, all of your information is ported through here. They're able to view your website from here. They're able to Facebook stalk you from here. So they can do a lot of stuff. You'll see that these drop downs happen, you know, drawing their attention to, hey, do you want an agent assessment, an on-site assessment, sign up for home alerts? Just say no thanks to get that out of here. They can email you directly from here. They will, again, just like on their postcard, they're going to see their home at 123 Main Street and in the area on the map in their neighborhood. They can scroll through. Oh, this is one. Hold on. Sorry guys. I have to do. That was a demo without without the solds on it. Give me 1 second. Oh, this is actually good. So anytime you scan those QR codes, you or your client can go in and change the address. So if your client has a second home or an investment property or something like that, they can go in, they can put that 932 cents. I can't talk and do this at the same time. They can go in and change that. I'm going to change all this just so you can see what it's like. So if obviously this is going to be different than what that one is before. So they can go in and change all this, confirm my update. You're gonna have to do it again because we made a change. Now it pulled that in. So that QR code is living, live, active. They can put in other property addresses to scan that. Okay, so here we are. Now they see their home in the neighborhood. They can toggle through and look at the sold properties around their home. They can look at the active properties around their home. They can look at it together. They will also see this average of those active listings and the sold properties. They can come over here and maybe they think that their home is better than average, so they can move that scale up. They can say if they're in a hot market or a not so hot market and move that scale down. They can come down and look at the property details, bedroom, bath, square footage. We don't give them any more details than that. That's what they need you for. They can say, hey, at this price, are you most likely to sell? And they're going to say, hey, demand for properties like yours is extremely high. You know, let me let you know about it. At this price, is it priced too low? And then it's going to talk about, hey, the online assessments may not take into consideration any special features and upgrades and enhancement, maybe have some incomplete or unavailable data. So they need you. So they will let you know when the best day and time for them to call you is. You're going to see on all of these, their email is mandatory. That's the method of communication. Phone number is voluntary. So if they're signing up for anything, if they're doing any action at all, you will see again that the email is required. Phone number is optional. This monthly home alert is great. It says, hey, market's always changing, difficult to gauge your home value. Why not sign up for a monthly home estimate? When they sign up for this every month, they'll get an email saying if any new properties have sold in their neighborhood, if there's been any change in this, and they'll have a link to go in and look at their updated home estimate. They can also just scan that that QR code anytime and every time for an updated home estimate, because this data is pulled in weekly. Sold data is pulled in from county records. Active data is pulled in from the local MLS through your MLS through ListHub. And realestatehomeprice.com, that's the site that this is on. They pull that data in every week. So if your homeowner scans that QR code today, and then they scan in 3 weeks and in 3 months, right? As homes have sold and homes have come on the market, these figures are going to change. Okay. Let's see if if there's any questions, unmute yourself and shout out, because from here, I'm going to take you back into the CoreFact account and show you how you get more information on this lead and how you follow up with them. So again, all the different calls to action that they can do. We know how the data is pulled in, how it's updated. And again, every time they scan that QR code, you're going to get a notification. So if there's no questions, I'm going to jump to that. Okay. Your postcard has gone out, homeowner scanned it, and you get an email from Corfact that says, hey, you need to log into your Corfact account because you have some activity in your dashboard. So you'll come into your Corfact account, you're going to come into contacts. So it's right next door to where that account was, is your contacts. And if that homeowner scans that QR code 2 times today or 15 times today, you are going to get an email 2 times or 15 times. So every time they scan it, you're going to get that email notification. You're going to come into your account and you're going to see here is your QR code scans, and it'll just keep going. So these are your most recent. So one of you scanned that one, and I just scanned our demo one here. So I can see, great, I've got a scan, I've got an email, I've got a phone number, I'm hot to trot, I want to reach out to this client, as you should. But first, I want you to do one thing. I want you to look at this property and this client and gather some data on what they saw and what they did in that home estimate. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to the gear shift and you're going to go to the eyeball, because you're going to look at what they looked at. You're going to see what they did. So now I know that this house is on West Laura. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,100 square feet. I know that they signed up for my monthly home alert. If I have any notes that I want to add now, or if I'm coming back and looking at this person, if I've already added notes, I can see that. I can also impersonate, and this is super important right here, is because now maybe it's been 5 minutes or 30 minutes since that scan happened. Doesn't matter what the timing is. You're going to go in and look really quickly at this, because as you know, they're going to scroll through here, and whatever the highest number is, they think their house is worth more than that. So what's our highest number? 436. Okay, great. So I learned it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,100 square feet. 436 is the highest number they saw. They signed up for my monthly home alert. Oh, I see that they viewed my website. They Facebook stalked me. So there you have it. You've got a lot of really good data on this person. Took me 1 minute because that scan was 4 minutes ago. Now it's 5 minutes. Now I'm going to call up. Hey, Wendy, it's Jessica Sellers from ABC Realty. I see that you received my postcard and you scanned your home estimate. That is great. I just wanted you to keep in mind that those sold comps are computer generated, or not computer generated, excuse me. They're from county records. So it doesn't take into consideration the features and benefits and enhancements of your home or any of the other homes around your neighborhood. I see you sign up for my monthly home alert. That's amazing. We'll send you out an email every month that lets you know if any homes around your property have recently sold. Also, when you scan that QR code, let me ask you, do you have a second home? Do you have a vacation home? Because you can change that address and you can get a home estimate on that property as well. So, you know, your foot's in the door, but your foot's in the door with a little more background and a little more warm conversation to be had, as opposed to, hi, it's Jessica Sellers from ABC Realty. I see you scan my QR code. Do you want to sell? You know, how can I help you? It's a completely different conversation when you've taken that minute and pulled some background information. If the email or phone number is not there, you'll see an NA, and that's because when they were on their home estimate, they didn't sign up for anything. They didn't move forward on any engagements to sign up or ask to be contacted. Hopefully you have some tools to find a phone number or email address another way for this person who scanned the QR code. If not, you know, at the very least, you want to send out a handwritten note card. You want to go do a pop by, leave a door hanger, do something, follow up on them. You guys know what to do. Oh, we got a couple chats. Let's look real quick. I've just signed up. Okay, there we go. No problem. Okay. Any question? I know this is a lot, you guys, with the home estimate and how we gather everything and how you're contacted. Any questions that you want to shout out on the home estimate QR code?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. First of all, how do you distinguish in that estimate interface between different types of properties? Because I didn't see any distinction between condos, multifamily, single families. So how do you encompass that?
It'll be single family residentials. And Good question. I'm going to show you one thing right here. So remember, contacts is where your dashboard is. That's where we are now. Account is where you go in and set up your personal information. If you hop down one more, home estimate preferences, there's a few things in here, and then there's one other place that I'm going to show you that is going to hone in on this home estimate. So with regards to this home estimate, keep in mind, we do not require email. We do not require phone number, but if they want to contact you or sign up for anything, then of course their email is required. You can change that. So if you want to require an email or phone number before they're able to look at their home estimate, you can make that change. If you don't want to show the buyer or seller tips here, you can take that off by deselecting. And if you only want to show sold properties, not active properties, you'll deselect that here. So if you just want the actives, you'll also, this is the defaults. So you can change this to however you want it. Also, you can put in any certain disclaimer that you want. Ours just says if your home's listed, it's not a solicitation. And this is where you'll choose your logos. So very important to come into your home estimate settings and set that up the way you want it. Now, the second part of that is you can set up the fields and the parameters for the data on the home estimate being pulled. And the way you would do that is you would go into your contact list. And let's say the gentleman who asked that question, say you were, well, your name's not Susie, but let's just say that you're sending this to Susie's neighborhood farm. There's 117 people in that farm. Before you send the postcard out to this farm or this center of influence, you can come in and you can set some defaults. Let me go to the standard. I want to show you what that is. Let me pull that back 1 second. Okay. So now I'm going in, I'm going down to my estimate settings. This is our defaults. So we will go 6 months back in comps and sold comps from county recorders, and we will go a 1 mile radius around their home. And we won't show anything below 10,000. You can change this. So if you want to go back only 3 months in the sold activity, and if you want to go a 1/4 mile, or if you've got a country property, you need to go further, you want to go 3 miles, whatever that is, you can come in and change that. On this particular farm that you're sending out, if you don't want any comps to show below 250,000, you can change that. If you don't want anything over 750, so you can put a floor, a ceiling, the radius coverage, and how far they're going back looking at comps. You can also add a value adjustment. So maybe you're sending out a farm and this is a gated community on waterfront, and you know that it's going to pull in some properties that are outside of this community that are not gated, that are not on waterfront. So maybe you want to give this particular farm 105% value adjustment, or maybe it's the opposite. For whatever reason, you want to bring that value down. You're able to do that. And then you just save your filters for that. So now Susie's neighborhood farm has those filters. So when we create that QR code for each of these 117 homes in this Susie's farm, these are the parameters. We'll pull back 3 months on county record closings. We'll go 1/4 mile. We won't show anything over 750. Won't show anything under 250. Keep in mind, just like the MLS, the more filters you put in, right, the less that's going to come out. So you can do this, and you may want to on some farms, but just keep in mind that that's the filter system, and that there will be less that comes up. But otherwise, it is single family residential properties. That is.
Can I change it to condos, for example?
No. And I shouldn't say no like that. I do not believe so. That is a question that I will ask customer support, but as far as I believe, it's single family residence.
Because a significant part of my campaigns are targeted at condo owners.
Mm-hmm. The condo owners do, and pardon me, I'm in California and I'm not sure what state you're in. With your address, because here's the key thing is you have to remember is the address. The address, is it like my address is 3028 West Laura Avenue. with a condo where you all live in the state you're in, is it a specific address for that particular property?
Yeah, there's different buildings.
Okay, see, I think that's what I think that's where the problem will be, is if you're like building A or unit 13, or I don't know that the QR code home estimate is able to do that. So that's a customer support question that I will ask and relay that information to Maria and Leslie, and or you can call customer support, and ask them that question as well. But I am under the understanding for the home estimate QR code, it's direct mail to to single family residents.
Yeah, Amos, we can get back to you on that one. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Any other questions while we're in here?
Do you have any results for QR scanning, like on your end, that you're aware of, any stats? Because I've done a few mailings, and hardly ever anybody scanned those QR codes, and I'm just not sure why. What's going on? Like,
Yep.
is
You'll
just
You'll actually be, we don't, as a company as a whole, we're nationwide, and we have, many people who use the system. But this panel system right here, this is for you. So this is your dashboard, let's say. So this is where all your contacts live individually. This is where you can add and edit. This is where all your groupings is. This is where you can add and edit that. These 3 panel systems, these are all your farms and centers of influence. So you can come in at any time, and let's just say you just sent out this Autumn Glen. Well, here you go. Here's Woodside Condos. So there you go. Talk customer support on it, because here's something called Woodside Condos. So let's just say you just sent out this Woodside Condos mailing. Once you go through and do that, let me do it again. It's going to refresh. So right now it's refreshing and it's pulling, and it says, okay, as a reminder, that's one, whoops, that's saying it. Oh, sorry, it was on my whole. Why is that not taking that? Hold on. There we go. So my Woodside Condos is on my contact list. It's one list of 133 addresses that mailing you just sent out. So far, you've had one person, Jenny Rosa, scan it. You can look on Jenny. You can look at all that information we've looked at before. If she's Facebook stalked you, if she signed up for your email, you can put any notes in here. You can look at her home estimate right now. And you'll see this. Well, there you go. This is a condo. So that probably answers your question right there.
Amos, I think what this takes away, if I may interject, it's, we have this belief that, we send out 1 or 2 or 3, or, you do a whole campaign. But in reality, people are not going to reach out to us, right? They may be curious, which is what this is eliminating, right? It's like, who was curious, who took that step, take out their phone? Because unless you're getting that data of, okay, this person, how she's saying, Facebook saw me, look at this, look at that. People are very reluctant to pull the trigger. In reality, like we all open the mail, on a Friday night, or, when we come home from work, and, people don't know that, real estate agents, unless they're already in a transaction, don't work, 24/7. They kind of have that mentality of like, well, I'm going to be respectful of their time. It's 6, 7 p.m. I'll call them tomorrow. And then it never happens, right? Or they're like laying down in bed, they scan the code, and then they're like, all right, and then they don't move forward. So this eliminates that ambiguity and lets us reach out and be like, hey, like, I saw that you were curious, and like, let's dive deeper into this. And I'd actually love to give you guys an anecdote. And I kid you not, about an hour and a half before I got on this call, I got a random call, and it was this older gentleman, and he was like, hi, I'm calling for the rent versus buy. And I'm like what? I thought it was like a prank call. And one of my clients, we had done we've been doing since January, we started like, this is what it's costing you to rent versus buy. And those are very, very good right now, because it is important to show them like, hey, you're paying somebody else's mortgage. Like, you may not even know what you're able to afford. And we spent, I have the thing there, 16 minutes talking on the phone. We weren't talking anything. I'm obviously not a real estate agent. I wasn't going to pretend to be, but I am very knowledgeable about the market. And, we were talking about the market and, what's going on and interest rates and everything, all the things that they, that people that are watching the news want to talk about. And then I'm like, hey, I'm going to have, one of my, the girl that the partners that I had done the EDDM with, or the home estimate with, reach out to him. And I literally had them reach out to them, and now they're connecting him with a lender. So this all happened, I kid you guys not, I will tell you the exact time, at 3:56 p.m. I got that call. So it definitely does work. Obviously I got, lucky that I was able to answer that call and get that call for them. But if the messaging is good enough, I think, and if the call to actions are clear and firm, and you also have the ability to, with this added step, to see who is curious, and it really is a home run. And guys, consistency is key with this. You can't expect, for someone to see your ad 3 times and like, that's it, they know you. Like, no, people need 12 touches, so you need to combine your efforts with not just marketing. You need to do the cold callings. These girls have been giving out CMAs all day, like for the past, they were making CMAs all last week and they were delivering them. So you have to put in the work in a lot of other ways, the cold calling, the door knocking, whatever your prerogative is, there has to be multiple touches in order for marketing to work.
Hallelujah. Absolutely. So on the homepage, there are testimonials. This Josh Barnett, he's from Texas. After 11 months of monthly mailers, door knocking, door hanging, I got a call from a listing appointment. She appreciated the monthly tips and information card I sent. She also told me that I was consistent with my mailing and she wanted to have me sell her home. Persistency pays off. So there's tons of really good information here on the home page. That don't take our word for it, see what our customers are saying. You can come in here and read about it here. This lady's talking about the personal map and how that just blows people away. So I would say that if you have been sending out postcards without that QR code, without the home estimate, without those calls to actions, yeah, how do you track it? You can't. So with that QR code, when they scan that QR code, you know that they've received your postcard, you know that they've scanned their home estimate. Now, what they do in here, or how much information you can gather on them or give them, that's gonna be here as well. So again, when you use this panel system, that's how you're going to track your activity. So you just sent out your Autumn Glen farm. So you sent it out 2 days ago, 4 days ago, whatever. You want to go in there and take a look and see what's going on. So you're going to be able to gauge that within yourself of what's working. And then it's follow-up. So every time you get a QR code scan, you need to be following up with a handwritten note, with a pop by, with a something. And then it's every month, consistency, every month, just like, she was just mentioning. So as far as stats that we have, no, we don't, because we don't keep stats on everyone, because you're able to keep your stats here within your own dashboard.
Also, Tanya, is there a way to integrate this with another CRM? Because I have my CRM. I don't want to spread out to different applications. I like to just get everything into one place to process.
Yeah, you'll have to upload your mailing list, your farm list, your centers of influence into here. You can't use this like on another site, and I'm a technical dum-dum, so I'm probably not saying this the right way.
But can I export from here to the Keep CRM?
You can. What isn't this little CSV? So there I'm able to export results in a CSV. Does that again,
Tanya, let me ask you a question. Do you know if you guys have an open API?
I have no idea about.
Okay. So Amos, what I'll do is that I'll write that question down for customer service, because if it does have an open API, then we may be able to integrate, and your CRM does as well. Maybe we can figure out something with Zapier where it will
Right.
trigger, pulling out the CSV and sending it to that. So
Yeah, that would be great.
I'll
Yeah.
write that question down because it's a great one.
Absolutely call them, because they're the technical people. They'll be like, yeah, this is how you do it, or no, you can't,
Awesome.
they'll, yeah, that I don't know. Okay, any more questions while we're in here? And you, for the gentleman who asked that, I'm serious when I say, I get it. You don't want to use two different systems, but if you have, several centers of influence, several farms, you can email that to customer support. You tell them your name and your email address, and they will import it in here for you. So they will upload it into your contact list. You're able to do it right here. Add an update.
So the problem is not so much importing it in here, but
have
the other way around, exporting what is relevant, what links become relevant, what context.
Right. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so that's the QR code, home estimate, your dashboard, your tracking, your CRM, all of that. Do you want me to go to EDDM next? Yes.
Yes, please. Let's touch up on the EDDM. So this part's really important, guys, because an EDDM is where you will, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tanya, an EDDM is where they will be able to upload, let's say, with that predictive data software that we told you about, they can upload a specific mailing list from there and then and send it out to those specific people, correct?
No, EDDM, every door direct mail is a route, it's a saturation mailing, and it doesn't go to specific homeowners. It will go to, let me go in there. So, and then that way we'll see if you guys already all know about the postcard and how you fill it out and all that stuff. So I'm going to cruise through here really quickly and get to, so front and back of the postcard, you've picked it, you've done all your customization, and we're continuing on. Now we're going into EDDM. You can search every door direct mail addresses by zip code, street address, or city name. So let's say you're going to farm around this property. You're going to type that in. I'm going to choose this property. Now, this is my search radius. I want to go 1.5 miles around that particular property, and I'm going to get routes. So what it's going to do is it's going to pull up all the routes, the mail routes around this property. Here's the property that I chose. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Here's the property that I chose, and now here are the routes. So you'll see when I hop on each one of these routes, down in the left corner in the blue, it's going to tell me how many's on there. 521 residents, 1 business. This one is 667 residents, 709 total. So I can, and so what's going to happen is this mailman delivers to all of these streets when he goes and delivers his mail every day. And every single homeowner on every single one of those streets is going to get your postcard. So it's not individually, it's going to be dear homeowner. It's not going to be dear John Smith at 123, it's just going to be homeowner. It's kind of like for me, once a week on Wednesday, I get the ads. I get all the coupons and the ads in my mailbox. The postman puts it in every single person's mailbox on his route. That's what EDDM is, every door direct mail. Now, the pros about it is you can saturate a huge area for less money, and the product is bigger. So it's a bigger postcard, but it costs less money because it is route saturation and it doesn't have that individual homeowner's name and address on it.
So my question is, so we have this software, right, that I was telling you about. In this software, I can go into zip code 33029 and I can pull a list on that specific zip code. I only want people that have more than 60% equity. I want them to be a certain demographic, a certain property type. I only want single family homes that are worth more than $500,000. And my software allows me to pull that list. I get a mailing list with the names, mailing address, and tons of information. So I want to know, because we are leveraging this, I want our agents and whoever works with us to have a very direct, and more targeted way of marketing, right? I don't want them to send 3,000 postcards when those 3,000 people are maybe just moved there, just sold their rent, whatever the case may be. I want them to have a profile in their mind of who they want to target. If they have buyers and they need people to sell their homes and they need sellers, then that's the smart way of doing it, right? Like that's my take on it. So
so they're gonna with that, they're going to want to do direct mail. They're not going to want to do EDDM.
Okay.
On EDDM, you can look at some of the demographics, but you can't pick and choose. You can't go, well, I want this street, and not that street.
And I've compared it. I've done both. And, where one I got, with my software, I got maybe 247, and this one I got, 1,500. And that's a huge difference in, and cost and time and energy sending out to those 1,500 people, whereas those 200 people are going to be more fruitful and more reasonable amount of people to be able to follow up. And we won't follow up on 1,500 people, but on 200, you can really, really, knock them down and have more success, I feel.
So they're going to want to look at direct, that's direct mail then. So they're going to want to do direct mail postcard, direct mail, sending out handwritten cards, door hang, so that's going to be direct mail, not EDDM.
Yeah. And I think if I may add too, I know for everyday direct mailers, it's really good if you have like a just sold or just listed. If you're just trying to target a neighborhood, there's no, specific type of property that you're looking out for. It's just literally, hey, I sold something in your neighborhood, 3 streets away from you. And that's when you would use those carrier routes, because it's really just you just want residential, and it could be anybody behind there, but they might be more inclined to use you because you sold a house that's right in their backyard.
Right. Correct. That's absolutely correct. And on EDDM, we can't have the QR code home estimate because we don't have a specific address or name or anything like that. But you can put on a QR code. You can put on a QR code. So you could put a QR code here that takes them to your website or has them watch a YouTube video or whatever, so that's about the biggest, engagement type thing that you can have on the EDDM is putting a QR code, and hopefully, when they scan that and they're going to your website or your YouTube video, you've got some type of tracker to see that because you'll see EDDM. Yeah, exactly what she said. It's for that. You're just you're saturating everyone. And there's no picking and choosing that by any demographics whatsoever. Or even by street, because it has to go to that whole entire route on the EDDM. I don't know how all your time is. Do you want me to pop over to social share? Do you want me to touch on, anything else in here in the store?
I think with just like the campaigning, because I think that elite service that you guys offer really allows anybody who's really interested in making sure that they hit multiple touch points like Maria was talking about, and kind of setting it up for the year, because I think the elite program really is that, white glove service that allows you to have a point person that can take care of all of that for you throughout the year. So maybe just briefly chatting about that, Tanya, before we close up.
Yeah, so Elite is our automated marketing campaign. You will see first off, anyone who's interested in Elite can have a free presentation from the Elite team. So they'll be able to answer every single question that you have. I'm going to give you an overview, and if you're interested, absolutely we'll book a presentation for you with the Elite team. When you join Elite, you will be teamed up with one of our graphic designers, and they're going to build a template that is very, very agent brand forward. You'll see on this postcard, 1/3 of the postcard is your agent brand, and it stays consistent month after month after month after month. Your marketing every month will change. Of course, your messaging will change, but your brand will stay the same. And it's however you want to be remembered, thought of, recognized. So maybe you ride horses and it's you on a horse or horses in the background, or maybe you're a classic car collector and it has, whoops, sorry about that. And it maybe has, you know, a picture of cars in the back, whatever it is, they're going to work with you to create, again, that brand and that message that you want to be known for and remembered. They're going to create that. And then again, every month that stays consistent. You can then be as hands-on monthly or as hands-off for the whole entire year. You can go through and pick out your 12 cards for the next post for the next whole year, or you can pick them month by month or quarter by quarter. So let's say you've gone in and you want to be really hands-off. We've created your brand, you've picked out 12 postcards, and you're like, talk to me again, you know, later on. Every month, we will send you an email that says, hey, this is the postcard that you chose for May. Is this the one that you still want to go out? It comes to you 10 days before the postcard gets mailed out. If you have any changes, if you have any additions to your farm, whatever it is, you've got 10 days to get together with your elite team and make those changes. Otherwise, that postcard is going to go out every single month, whatever you've chosen to go out. 4 times a year, you're going to get a call. If you're a hands-off for the whole year, 4 times a year, you're going to get a call from them to check in, see how it's going. Do you have any changes? What are your results? What do we want to do different? You will also get, in addition to this template, you will get a matching template for your just sold and just listed. So this is going out every month consistently to the same farm or farms over and over and over. Then as you have just listed and just sold, you're going to have a just listed, just sold template that matches. In addition to that email notification, every time someone scans your QR code, you're going to get a text message. So for some people, that's a quicker method of delivery than email. And then you also get 20% off signage, brochures, pop-up cards, flyers, business cards, and a bunch of other stuff. Fee. It is a one-time fee of $3.99. Not annual, not every year, not whatever. It's a one-time fee. The template that they build for you and create is yours to take and use anywhere else. Hopefully you will do this again year after year after year. That one-time fee is one-time fee, $3.99. The minimum is 250 postcards a month. So we are going to mail out for you the 250 postcards a month as hands-off, set it and forget it as you want to be. That in a nutshell is elite. And 250 postcards is the minimum, and 90 cents a postcard, I believe it is. So it's going to run you about $225 a month, right around there, to have those postcards mailed out every month. Because clearly you're paying for the postcards and the postage. It's nothing more. Same price as if you were to go in and create these postcards on your own. But you do have your template. We're mailing it for you every month and pulling that and the extra little perks that you have.
Is that price, Tanya, including the discount that Elite offers, or?
Elite offers a discount?
Oh, I thought I saw something that was 20% off. Sorry. At the bottom.
Oh, I'm sorry. So when you're an elite member, when you join elite and you're elite member, you get 20% off of some different products. That's just another little perk to being an elite person. It's not 20% off the $3.99 or 20% off the monthly postcards. It's signage, brochures, pop-up cards, flyers, business cards, and more.
Got it. And then through your partnership, with New World Title, if we were to do co-branding, of course, there's the 20% off there as well from our side.
That's right. Yep. And then on Elite, there are 2 other. So if anyone's who's interested in Elite, there are 2 other Elite programs. I wanted to show you. So Elite for Teams. So if you are on a team, or you want to create a team of 5 or more agents within the same office, then we give some discount pricing on the agents 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. So the first agent or the team lead or the broker or whoever is going to pay that one-time $3.99, and then each additional agents 2, 3, 4, 5, and on, because it's a minimum of 5, that fee is reduced to $1.99. So it's this, because it's the same company, we're doing, they're doing less creative work, and they're filtering that savings down to that. There's also Elite co-brand. So if you're going to co-brand on Elite, where is that? Do some co-branding. Again, you can share in the card and the pricing, however you want to do that. So maybe the realtor has 3/4 of the card, and the lender or the title partner or whoever has 1/4. So you can split that, the billboards up accordingly, and you can split the fees up accordingly. On any co-branding and any teams, all partners get all of those perks. They get their just listed, just sold templates. They get the 20% off on some of that other stuff. So those are the two, savings that we have on Elite right now. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the store and let me know if there's any product through here that you want me to touch on, and or social share, or if you're like, okay, our brains are fried.
Yeah, and everyone that's on the line, you can always reach out to Maria and myself to, talk about anything specifically. Obviously, the customer support number that's on the website is super helpful as well. I know it's probably dinner time for most, so definitely don't want to, take up more of the time if not needed. But any last minute questions before we wrap up?
Okay.
All right. Well, if not,
Thank you guys so much for joining.
so much again, guys.
It's a
Thank
lot
you
of
so
info.
much.
It's a lot of info in one session, guys. Sorry, but
It was good. It was really good.
Tanya, thank you so much.
yeah. Have a great night, everyone.
You as
Thank you.
well. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.